Level Up Latina partners with working women and mamas alike to guide them in achieving fulfilling career and life goals through financial empowerment, professional or leadership coaching, and personal wellness. Find the unique coaching you need to succeed.
You're listening to Vero, Ceci, and Irene, and we are Level Up Latina.
Welcome to another episode of the Level Up Latina podcast. This is episode 325, I believe. And this is the first random episode of 2026. It's cool because I got to record or moderate, I guess, the first episode of the year for this month. And now I am wrapping it up. I'm really excited about this one because it just hasn't worked out that I've moderated a random one for a while. So I'm excited. A ver qué sale, a ver de qué hablamos. I do have some questions, but a ver qué plática nos sale. So before we go into these random questions that I have for you ladies, ¿cómo están el día de hoy?
Aquí andamos. Perfecto.
Aquí andamos.
Nice. Pues estamos grabando el día de hoy on a Monday. We're all off because it's MLK. So aquí estamos despiertitas, viviendo. Vero was singing a song earlier that made me think about Juan Gabriel, la de Buenos Días, Alegría. And I think I had shared with you guys, or you've probably seen it online, that some Latino Instagram account said, oh, your Juan Gabriel song according to your birth month. So for January, for you ladies, it is esa, la de Buenos Días, Señor Sol. Do you agree with that? Do you think that's your Juanga song?
I sometimes depends. Sometimes la diferencia, and sometimes it's Buenos Días Alegría. So I'm either gonna be really happy or crying my heart out. So man, for the mornings, yeah, I sing that song pretty often. I wake up like that, like a fucking ray of sunshine, bitch.
Nice. I like that. ¿Y tú, Irene, is that your song, or would you say another Juan Gabriel is your song?
I don't even remember Juan Gabriel singing it. I know that song because Vero sings it, so that's gonna be my Vero song. And then my Juanga song is always anything he sings with Rocío Dúrcal because my sister was a huge RD fan, loved her to pieces. So we always had Juanga in partnership with her. That was what we listened to growing up.
Yeah, I love that. That reminds me of my mom too. Cleaning on the weekends, Juan Gabriel, Rocío Dúrcal. Mm-hmm. Like, I love that. I think there's there is not, I think. I have it saved on my Apple Music, el disco que grabaron, like los duetos de ellos dos. Oh my God, it's bomb. According to this, and we're gonna give them credit, but it's Room Voz is the Instagram account, and according to them, the November song for me that applies is Hasta que te conocí, fue. Yeah, I guess that's what I like that song, but again, we can't go wrong with Juanga because either la de Así fue, la de If You Want, estás más así como de energía, ritmo, el Noa Noa, that one's good, o la de No Tengo Dinero. So depende en qué modo. Y La Diferencia is a good song to sing in karaoke too. So yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong, I would say, with Juanga. By the way, have you guys watched the documentary on Netflix de Juanga? It's good. También, véanlo.
Not yet. I have to check it out.
Sí, está bueno. Ese was one of my binge watching series that I watched during the holiday break. All right, so let's get right into it. My random questions that have to do a little bit with like starting the year and whatnot. So, a ver, my first question is, what is one thing you swore you're not gonna bring into 2026, but clearly you're still doing it now in the new year? What is one thing that you swore you're gonna leave behind in 2025, but you're still doing it this time around?
Washing my face before I go to bed. I said, I'm totally going to wash my face every single day because gross. I've been talking to people, everything that's in the air. I should go to sleep with my face clean, no makeup. And I'm going to say I've been about 50% successful on that, which is no change from last year.
No shame. No shame. It's the 19th today, and we're 19 days in. So todavía hay chance, todavía hay chance. And like we've said before, man, January is hard. It's like, está frío. It's like sad January, kind of, porque como que, ya se acabaron todas las fiestas, and just kind of like back into...
Pues allá en mi rancho acaban de empezar.
¿Sabes qué? Sí, también my parents, Pueblo creo que terminaron apenas el fin de semana, el 12 or whatever, but like empiezan como después del año, del primero del año. What about you, Irene? What is something you swear you're going to leave behind, but yet you're still bringing it into the new year?
What was I going to leave behind? I don't know if I was going to leave anything behind, but something I was like, oh, I'm going to start strong and I'm going to do it. And then I got hella sick, so I used it as an excuse not to be on it. But like on my bike, I haven't ridden my bike as much as I thought I would, and it's freaking the 19th or whatever today is. And that went at the freaking door the minute I was like, oh, I'm a little sick, I feel a little something. And it was like April. Don't even know the month.
I know.
January 1st.
April. Fuck yeah, man, it's been a long January.
It's been a long year.
It's been a long January. January has felt like a whole quarter and a half. No, I freaking January 1st, estaba enferma, then Diego got super sick, Sophie got super sick, now Noah's sick, like sick. All of us got that throat thing that messed up your throat, your nose, your eyes. We all had like, that's what I get for making fun of Diego's chronic pink eye. We all got pink eye, but it has nothing to do with our sinuses. I was thinking you, Vito, because I was making fun of Diego's eye. We all got like this chronic sinus thing. And so I was like, work out, schmirk out. And it wasn't working out. But then when Diego was getting hit with it hard, I was recuperating. I was like, I saw online that if you work out, and he probably looked at me like, girl, you never worked out last week. Because I told him, I just read that, like, if you sweat, he's looking at me like, what? And I was like, let's go on a walk. I was on fighting him on a walk. But that, Ceci, I swear I was going to be on it the year started. We're barely recovering from all of us being sick. I'm fine now. I have no excuse. I'm eating crackers and tuna right now. I should be on the Peloton. So I have to get it back going. I have to get April 1st, maybe, ladies. Maybe April 1st.
Spring chickens.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's just, dude, it's hard. Ahora I told you guys, I'm like, yo ando flojeando. I'm like, ando toda chimoltrufia. Yo me iba, this is what I was going to do. I was like, I'm going to make sourdough. I'm like, I'm going to like leave it resting last night. Last night I was like, I know. I'm like, I don't want, no, because then en la mañana me tengo que poner a hacer eso. I was like, en la mañana me voy a levantar bien temprano. And I'm like, I'm probably going to be up by 6 anyway. I'm like, I'll set my sourdough. I'm like, and then me pongo a workout. And then this morning I'm like, fuck that. I'm like, al pobre perro ni Luis lo sacó a caminar. He literally just went downstairs to get him out of his el cage or whatever, y ya lo sacó afuera. Usually he takes them out, se van a caminar o a correr, and he's like, no, lo sacó en el backyard y se regresó a acostar. It's just, it's our day off, whatever. Yo también, I'm like, if I don't work out today, I don't care. I'm not gonna feel guilty. I'm like, whatever, it's my day off. But one thing that I swore I wasn't gonna do anymore, and I'm still doing it, is like watching Netflix late at night. On weekdays, on workdays, I'm like, I know esos días me voy a poner a leer. Ask me si he leído algo. I mean, again, it's only been 19s, but I haven't. So anyway, no shame. We're healing. It's part of the process. It's part of like entering January. It's a slow month. Let's listen to our bodies. Let's put it that way. Let's listen to our bodies. Lo que se nos antoje, whatever.
You know what, Ceci? I know that this is the random show and you're going somewhere with this question, but this is the first time that I have felt January is rushing by more than any previous year. Like usually I do feel that January is 3 years long, and now I'm like, the 19th, like where did the month go?
I know.
So something happened, we in the Matrix, and we're in a different, I don't know, universe, but it's going by, it's flying by.
Yeah, even, I mean, last week I was talking about, what was I telling Luis? No me acuerdo qué estuvo. I'm like, dude, ya va a ser, es el 15. I'm like, es el 15. Estamos a medio de mes. I'm like, it's literally February. I said, it's literally February. I'm like, summer's here. I'm like, ya se acabó el año. And he's like, ay, cálmate. But I was like, it feels so fast.
Well, I'm already in April, guys.
Right, you were in April. Yeah, you were in April. I mean, talk about randomness, but yeah, last week I had to sit down and like figure out and sign up the girls to some of the camps already, because you have to do it. There's no space. I'm like, oh, I hate that. I'm like, I want to slow down, but I can't with the kids, because it's like then I'm messed out if I don't sign them up for camps. My next question is that if 2026, this is a good one. If 2026 were a person that you just met at a cafecito meetup, what would your first impression of her be so far?
You're sick, bitch. You were hella sick. You need to wear a mask. You need to get some medication. But you're just coughing everywhere, bitch. You're getting all of us sick. Like, you are sick, and this new virus you got with the throat thing, none of us want it. Please keep that shit in 2025. That's who she would be, because everybody's been sick. I believe it. It's on the news. It's on the TikTok.
I don't even know what fuck.
I can go next.
Go.
I would say with all this shit going around in the world, aparte de que everybody's sick y también todo el desmadre que está pasando in our country aquí, que sigue, and it's just like, man, can I just slow down? Like, that's what I would want to tell you. Like, you need to shut the fuck up, bitch. Thank you, Ceci. Thank you.
Vero's like the kid that they allow you to curse, and they're all excited. Or Vero, Ceci's like that right now. She's super cute.
You need to like chill the fuck down. You're messy, and you just need to like siéntate y te quedas ahí calladita. That's what I would tell 2026.
Bitch, you're bleeding through your Gucci shoes. Stop. Okay? Stop. I know. You're bleeding through your Gucci shoes. Cálmate. I'd be like, simmer down. Who invited you to the party? Like, who you think you are, taking all of our resources and shit, taking other people's shit? ¿Quién eres? Yeah, I feel that someone needs to check her. Someone needs to let her know. Dude, we're over here talking to a chick, right? Because we're like, shut the fuck up, bitch. But it could be a dude. A dude can be a bitch. A dude can be a bitch.
Yeah.
Like this ugly buck tooth motherfucker that thinks like when you can't see the buck tooth when he's not smiling, you know, but he opens his mouth and you're like, what the fuck happened in there? But yeah, I think that this thing, I don't, because we don't know how it identifies, right? But 2026 needs to relax, take it easy. Like, you ain't the ruler of the world. And simmer down before you be taken down. Okay, simmer down before somebody take you down.
Oh man, I agree. It's going by way fast. It needs to chill the F down, because yeah, we can't. Yo sabes cómo quiero ser ahorita. Quiero como que ser como que sea como un sloth, que vaya más, quedito, más calmado. That we have time to just be, be calm, relax, but no nos está dejando, but I don't know, I choose that for myself. Like, no quiero ver las noticias, quiero sentarme aquí y esperar the Benito Bowl. Let's put it that way. Let's wait for the Benito Bowl, right?
I will wait patiently for that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, okay, well, speaking of randomness, pero también speaking of Bad Bunny, el comercial ese that you were sharing, that you're like, oh my god, why am I almost crying? I'm like, I felt the same way.
I wasn't almost crying, girl. I was like in tears. Like, why am I all teary-eyed and shit? Like, I love how that they did this promo, because there's so many people talking all this smack, right? Like, oh, why him and all this? I'm like, first of all, fools, he is a U.S. citizen, right? Because he is from Puerto Rico. That he is of an ethnic background that is chingona. All right, there he is, who he is. He's authentic. He's been authentic, since he showed up to the scene. And he's grown, right? He is showing how being you also shows you new ways, right? And like, he's grown, and his success has grown, and he's amazing. But when I saw that he was like, look, for all you that think that you will not identify with my music, that you will not do this, the moment this beat drops, you're going to feel it in your soul, in your heart. You're going to feel it allí, and it's going to move you. And however it moves you, I don't care how it moves you, but it will move you. And it kind of it shows like the diversity, right, of how music can make, music impacts people significantly. And it's going to move you once you hear the little beat, when you do this, like something, you're going to find it. And who cares how you move, it will move you. So I was so excited, and I just loved seeing it, the different faces, and everyone just like really enjoying, or like the young kids say nowadays, vibing to the music, right? It's gonna slap. That show's gonna slap, and I love that promo. And I did cry. I was like, oh my god, crying. Oh my god.
I know. I love it. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. It's like all over social media platform. It's the one of the promotions for the Super Bowl, and it's like him dancing with women, with men from different cultures, and está muy muy padre. And speaking of, again, Bad Bunny, the other trend that I've been seeing a lot online is the 2016 versus 2026. And then one for him, it's like him working at a supermarket. So sí estaba trabajando en un supermarket, right? Yo no soy tan fan como ustedes dos del Bad Bunny. I just, what I pick up from social media. But I guess he was working at a supermarket 10 years ago. And fast forward to now, he's leading the Super Bowl. Do you guys know a little bit more about that, or?
Yeah, he always talks about, like, that was his job when he was uploading music to get streamed so that people could listen to it, whatever, SoundCloud or wherever, YouTube, I imagine, to get discovered. And that song Dile, which is one of his biggest songs, was around that time that he was just when he talks about how he was, a clerk at a supermarket bagging groceries. It's really, really wonderful that, that can happen to you in a decade. But I mean, obviously the guy was making music and he's always been talented.
That's awesome. That actually made me think of a question for you ladies. Like, what's something that you have, something that's different between, like, 10 years ago, Irene, versus now, 2026, something que maybe has changed, and maybe what has stuck with you all these 10 years? Like, what would you like to share with our audience about 10 years ago, Irene, versus now?
It's funny. I was just having this conversation with people that I work with. I'm very close to someone that I work with, and we met through work, and two girls that work with us 10 years ago. We're all still pretty close. And we were talking about how 10 years ago was like the prime of us all having a friendship and coming over for Super Bowls and going to Europe for the first time together, and just being a vibe and being young and having fun. And I remember at that time feeling like I had a lot of plans for myself. A lot of big plans for myself. And looking back in the 10 years, like, man, those things all happened. And I'm really grateful that I'm still friends with those people. And we talk about it. Remember we did this? Remember we did that? And one of my friends, she was saying how that was the first time ever that I went to another country that wasn't Mexico, because we always vacation in Mexico, she was saying. And she's like, it was first the Dominican Republic, and then it was the Europe trip. And the Europe trip was to visit my niece, who happened to be studying abroad. And we were just crazy coworkers who were like, we should go to Europe. Nat's there. Let's go. She'll show us a good time. Da, 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 da. But I remember also back then being just coming out of feeling financially like I had not had a good decade before that. And so it was just great to know that not only do you become even more stable if you allow it, but you find more certainty and safety in your relationships, in yourself, of confidence in yourself. Not that it was easy. The 10 years weren't easy. Not everything is easy, but just to feel like I'm okay, I'm doing all right. I can look back and feel good that I'm doing all right. But I like that I was like dreaming big 10 years ago. And I'm just really glad that a lot of those things have happened. And again, a lot of those people that I was dreaming with are still in my life, including you two.
Oh, that's sweet. Yeah. I mean, son 10 años que you think, oh, pasan rápidos, but so much happens. So much happens in 10 years. Right. It's crazy. So much. Mm-hmm.
So imagine the next 10, right? Like, so much. Your life completely changes in the best ways and in crazy ways, right? You also lose relationships. You also change everything about dynamics. Even my relations with my family, for instance, like, a lot has changed there for the better. But some of that means cutting family members off, for instance, right?
¿Y tú, Vero, any changes that you want to keep or maybe have left between 10 years ago, Vero, versus now?
Honestly, no. I think back, like, 10 years ago is where Vero of 10 years ago is where she wanted to be. Like, for me, I was like, I want to get married. I want to have kids. I'm going to have 6 kids, right? Like, or I want 6 kids. And everything that young that 2016 Vero was like dreaming about, like, or wanted, it's like happened. So the marriage, the kids, the wanting to stay away from, or like, not staying away, sorry, the wanting to stay home with my kids. So I had that opportunity, and it's one of those things where I'm like, yeah, if I look back, I mean, young Vero got me to where I wanted to be today. It's like young Vero worked her butt off. Young Vero had a lot of fun. She did the things she wanted to do. She didn't hold back. She was such a risk taker, and I'm so glad that she was. And there's there's nothing that I would change. I'd just be like, thank you. Like, maybe be like, save a little more. But I had, like, the thing is that it's so trippy because I wanted to remodel my house, and I remodeled my house like 10 years ago, right? Like, this is where I was at. And then I remodeled my house. I had saved my money. I was like paid off my student debt. Like, all that stuff is like, I was doing great. So I'm thankful for her because she got me to where I wanted to be. Like, I have no regrets. I mean, I loved it. And I'm so glad that she was such a go-getter, like a fuck it. What do you mean it can't be done? Oh, it's gonna get done, like, So yeah, I don't know. I was looking at pictures and you guys are in my pictures. You guys are there. Like, it's amazing. I love it, you know? So yeah, I'm glad that 2016 Vero had her eye on the big picture, you know, doing the damn thing every day. And yeah, I'm good. I'm happy.
Yeah, I'm going to say 3 for 3. Yo también. I'm like, okay, I look back 10 years ago. I was 34. I was married exactly 10 years ago. We had just gotten married the prior summer. So 6 months into our marriage, planning to, you know, get pregnant around the 1 year mark or so. I got pregnant a little bit before the 1 year anniversary mark, Pero sí, I think like, yeah, we wanted to be parents. We had talked about like, oh, let's go live in Mexico for some time, si se puede. And yeah, all that happened. At that point, I was still thinking that, I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna like leave work or take some time off, right, from being a lawyer to be a mom. I still hadn't been a mom, so I didn't know what that was gonna feel like. But I got to do that. I got to leave my prior job, take, you know, two years off to be with my girls, and I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity to do that. Got to live in Mexico. See our family grow. Also experience the loss of my mom. So it's just like, so mucha vida que ha pasado. So I wouldn't change anything. And like Irene said, like, si todo eso ha pasado en 10 años, just imagine like in another 10, like, ¿dónde vamos a estar? Like, what other goals will we have accomplished? What other life milestones va a pasar? So Thank you for indulging me in that.
Be careful too of all the naysayers in your life. I remember in 2016 we were saving money for our big trip because we were going to travel for a whole year and all that good stuff. So it was kind of something more in our hearts. You know, we knew we had this goal and we were working towards it. And we had a neighbor at the time, and we remember telling our neighbor, and she just looked at us kind of sideways and then just kept talking about herself. She just told us this big grandiose thing that we're doing, and not a lot of people know we're doing it. And then after she left, Diego and I kind of talked about, that was so weird. Like, she's one of the only people that we've told about this big thing that we're doing. And it was almost like she didn't believe that was something people would just get up and leave their lives and travel for a year with their little kids. My kids were little. You know, Noah was maybe 3 years old at that point or whatever, maybe even younger. But it's just funny to think that we have to be careful. That'll be the tip of the day. Like, we have to be careful of wherever we are in our lives, like the dreams that are in our hearts, the things that we believe, because funny enough, for that person, it was like, oh, that sounds crazy. And it's something that I did a year and a half later, right? It sounded so crazy. And then I think about everything I've done after, coming back home, my career, our home, our child in college, our lives, everything I've done after. That wasn't even the craziest, right? That was a crazy thing we did. We really did pick up our lives, uproot them, travel for a whole year. My mom wasn't happy. My family thought it was a little crazy, right? But we did it and we survived it. But if we had thought about the judgments or let those hating sort of comments or moments dissuade us, then we wouldn't have done it. You know, if we would have thought, no, maybe it's not for us, or are we crazy, or does this even make sense? Like, this doesn't make sense. It doesn't even make sense to people when we tell them about it, you know? My mom was a big proponent for, your money is to invest in a house. Your money is to invest in a house. And our idea was, no, we can invest in a house later. Our money right now is to travel. We really want to do this now when our kids are young enough to travel and to go where we tell them to go. But there were so many opportunities in 2026 for me to change my mind. So many opportunities for me to listen to the haters. So many opportunities for me to say, that's crazy. What are we doing? Like, is that right? Like, that's a scary thing we're going to do. And is that the right thing to do? And I was obviously many times second guessing it, as my husband, I'm sure, was. But people didn't help. People didn't help in the narrative because people have their opinions and they mean well. But I would tell anybody right now that has big, crazy goals for the next decade, 1 month at a time, 1 year at a time, and just careful of the people in your life. If they believe in you, if they don't believe in you, at the end of the day, what do you believe and what do you want? Because other people will be a poor influence, whether they mean well or not. And you can really end up having the wrong 10 years if you are really focused on the critics or the naysayers around your goals and your dreams.
That's a good tip. That's a great tip porque, like you said, keep those in your heart porque si te afecta. Like, you'll get te afecta with the negativity, and then like te están metiendo cosas en la cabeza, and maybe you can't further those dreams. So yeah, like you know, en esto sí vale lo de calladita te ves más bonita, right?
Cállense el hocico.
Careful.
Sí, mejor no, yeah, because we talk about the law of attraction, but maybe the law of attraction, pero contigo and your inner circle, and like la gente that roots for you and that you know, like, means well, and they're rooting for you, they're your cheerleaders, y entre pareja, or, you know, if that's a couple goal or a family goal, like maybe just, you know, like I said, calladitos ser más bonitos with those. So thank you for that tip. Okay, another question I had for you ladies is, what is have you had oh my god, I'm such a Latina moment so far this year. It could be big, it could be small, it could be family, it could be work, it could be food, drama, joy, lo que quieras. Algo like, oh my god, I'm so Mexican, or I'm such a Latina because X, Y, and Z happened. Algo que les ha pasado este año so far. Again, we're 19 days in, so I can go. I'll go.
Go.
Because it's food related, and I would like to bring food. Que me puse a hacer tamales el 1 de enero. I had made tamales in December. ¿Qué?
You're so Mexican.
I know, I'm so Mexican.
I love it.
I'm so Mexican. Que me puse a hacer tamales, and Luis is like, oh my god, no a ti se te ocurre, like, because ya tenía yo, I had bought my masa, and it was in the fridge, and I was like, oh my god, I have to do this. And with those tamales, and they're not from the region of Mexico where my family's from. My family's from Michoacan, but they're from Veracruz, and I learned how to make them and everything. With those, the banana leaves, you have to kind of like, las tienes que pasar enfrente de la lumbre so they can get soft, because otherwise they'll crack. So it's a whole process, and it takes long. You have to wash them, this, that. It helps that my daughter helps me make them. She loves making them with me, but that was my Mexican moment, Latina moment of the year so far, making those tamales, making them twice. And like, I think I made them on January the 1st, and then I made them like 2 days later, mole style, with mole and chicken. But the first batch was pork, like costillitas de puercos, and that will go into my next question. Is I think that second batch of like the ones that I made were so good. I think it's because of the masa, and I added more freaking manteca de puerco, and they were so delicious. They were so delicious. I still have some frozen because like we couldn't finish them all, but they're frozen in the fridge. So I think that's one of the most delicious things that I made. And ate after, because a mí me, you know, when you're cooking so much, like lo comes y no te sabes tan bueno, like a day or two later, when I like ya me calenté mi tamal y me lo preparé así con salsita, it was so good. So that is my most Latina and thing that I did, I think, moment so far. My most Latina moment so far, making the tamales, and then the most delicious thing that I ate so far in the first 19 days of the year was the tamal that I made, but a couple of days after I had made them.
I had a similar Latina moment with my family. We were hanging around one day recently, yeah, at 2026, and my kids love when I make chilaquiles, so I made some chilaquiles, and I was like, perfect, 'cause there's a lot of random things left over from Christmas dinner here, so I had like a lot of tomatillos and just random things that I needed to use. And that morning I ended up making like a feast of chilaquiles that we have like leftover chilaquiles. But then in the middle of the day, I'm like, oh, speaking of leftovers, I have all these chile pasilla that I didn't mean to have, but I bought some. But on Instacart, sometimes it gets confused. Like if you tell them I just need 6, they'll think it's 6 pounds, something like that. So it's happened to me before.
Oh my God.
Shopper. Yeah, it happens a lot. And I'll go and I'll look closely, and I'm like, these serranos were 6 cents each. I was trying to buy 6 of them, right? So it's happened to me before. Que me llega un chingo de plátanos o chile pastillas or something. So I was like, oh, I gotta do these. And it was such a Mexican Latina moment, because it's like, I gotta make these. I'm not gonna waste them. Like I didn't give them away. I gotta make them. So I'm sitting there in the middle of the day. Nobody's hungry. No one wants to eat that. Making these delicious chile rellenos. And then they was like, what are you cooking? I'm like, I gotta make these because it's time to make them.
Yeah.
They came out so good. Again, nobody's hungry. Nobody wants to eat them. And the one day that there's no pressure, there's no rush. Like I'm not making them for anybody. I just took my time. Me salieron perfect.
Like,
they were so good. I want to make more because they were so perfect. Like you just said, the perfect tamal. Like the egg batter was perfect. The consistency of my crema, because we make them in crema, was perfect. Even my sister was saying, like, did you do this first? That's why they were perfect. Like my sister's a perfect cook. So I did everything like in order, calmadita. I happen to have queso Oaxaca, which is really the best queso to put in them because it just smells so perfect. So I'm like, dang, I got these delicious chiles que nadie quiere. So I had like half of one. Diego had half of one. He's like, those were so good today. And then my suegros happened to come over. And I was like, oh my God, you guys hungry? And Diego had just said, babe, you don't have to feed them. You don't have to make anything. I'm like, we have all this fruit from today. We happen to have all this food. And he's like, oh, I guess you're right. But I'm sure they're going to eat. Before they come, they're just picking up chairs or something they were picking up. They walk in and I'm like, ¿tienen hambre? You know, so Latina, me always want to feed people like my mom. And they're like, sí, claro, like, ¿qué tiene? Like, they love eating here. They know, they love how I cook. Funny enough, I have like random things I made today. Like, they're leftovers. Like, I'm all like downplaying. Like, I mean, chilaquiles especially because they're going to get soggy. But I'm like trying to bring those back to life with a little bit of oil. I'm heating up my chile relleno. I happen to have a third thing. Oh, like someone had brought a Costco chicken. So I serve a piece of chicken, nice and warm. Freaking delicious green chilaquiles. Freaking chile relleno. Like if I had made a feast because I'm a Mexican mom, it just happened to work out. They were chuleando the food and this and that and just like love the food. And then I was in the room with Sophie and I'm hearing my husband say, and it's like, man, you guys like it? That's like leftovers. Like she made that morning. Imagine fresh. And he's like, oh, those chiles, we just made them because she had to make them. Like we. He's like, she just made them because she had to make them. And they're like, they're so good. He's there. He's like, right? Imagine me. I'm so spoiled. Like that's how she cooks for us all the time. And I just felt so like a Mexican cook and loved and appreciated. And I'm just like listening, eavesdropping. But that was a super Mexican moment for me. Not only did I have food to offer them, it was like 2 elaborate dishes. I perfectly happened to make them that day. And it felt good. It felt good to just be like, yeah, I'm taking care of my family and my in-laws come over and they just think we feast like this every day in the middle of the day. We don't feast like that either. I don't have 3 meals on deck, but it was a nice Mexican moment. And my chiles were perfect.
Me antojaste los chiles, dude.
I want to make some again.
Those are my favorite. Otto hates chiles rellenos. Oh, I love chiles.
Diego's not usually a fan because I don't put carne in mine. They're just like cheese.
We don't put carne either. We just
yo tampoco, el puro queso,
Well, my mom taught me how to make them, pero para que no más sea puro queso, le pone papa. So she mixes in the papa with the cheese, so it doesn't just like drain out, you know? So it tastes really yummy. Oh my God, se me antojaron ahorita que you were talking about it. I'm like texting my sister, what are you guys doing today? You know what? I don't recall the moment that I felt so Mexican, but my kids called me out. Ay, mami, te escuchas bien mexicanota. I don't know what happened, but they called me out on it. And I was trying to remember, you guys, like,
you are super mexicanota.
Pero I am, but then I listen to you ladies, like, I'm not a cook. I am not one of those, like, no tengo tiempo, and then I feel like everything's always in a rush. I'm like, es fácil, whatever, let's just eat, you know? So I feel that I feed my kids a lot of very, like, American, quote-unquote American food. But we throw in the queso fresco, the huevos, the frijoles, you know, like, salsitas, lo que sea. Joaquincito loves chile, like, he loves chilito, like, whatever. ¿Pica poquito? Sí, pica. A ver, déjalo pruebo. So he's into that, you know? He's like the little Noah that pours the whole tajin into things, you know? Like, he loves it. But yeah, they were like, mami, ay, te escuchaste bien mexicanota, ¿qué pasó? And I'm like, pues sí lo soy. And then Otto, of course, checks him like, no, your mom's American, but she, you know, she's of Mexican. I was like, dude, let them be. Let them call me mexicanota. I'm going to remember. I just can't remember. I mean, you guys, obviously, I am constantly tired and in my mind, I feel like I'm still pregnant, like foggy brain and stuff. But yeah, I've been called out. My kids call me out on it. But I've been noticing que se me antojan más cosas ya, like, tengo ganas de aprender la receta de mis papás va a ser barbacoa. I called my mom this weekend, this Friday, like, le hablé, I go, mami, you know what I really wanted for my birthday? I'm like, I really wanted barbacoa the way you and my dad make it. And because they make the whole meal, right? They make the barbacoa with the rice and the macaroni salad and the frijoles puercos. So the whole combination is amazing. So I was telling my mom, we need to make that. I need to know how you and my dad make it. So I'm just like, the inside of me knows, like, we're in this moment, right, where, like, thankfully, I still have my parents, I have my kids, and there's this little just moment of, like, that's not going to be for long, right? So the kids aren't going to be little, and my parents aren't going to be here for long. So it's like, let's make the most of it. And I think my heart is just like, make the most of it, Vero. Make the most of it. Learn how to do these things and make them with your parents, not by yourself, but make it with them mientras que puedes. So that's where I'm at. My Mexican heart is yearning for what they have to share.
I love that. And write those recipes. Write those recipes porque luego uno no se acuerda. I'm like, oh my God, ¿cómo era esto? ¿Cómo era esto? So that's my tip to you. All right. To wrap this episode, I have some quick, I think 3 to 4 rapid fire questions. Que me den un quick little answer. And if it makes sense to give the explanation, go for it, okay? So, first question is, ¿cafecito or matcha?
Cafecito.
Irene?
Igual.
Okay. Para mí, cafecito. Daily. Solamente el matcha si estoy como de antojo, or if it's like warm y que quiero algo así frío, then my, like
I only
matcha
have
latte.
matcha when I'm in Japan.
Ay, mírala, mírala. O sea, EQ me.
Moments of the
show. All right, next question. Vision board or winging it?
Ooh.
Vision board.
I wing it most of the time.
I'm winging it right now, even though I have a freaking vision board. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever you know.
Love vision boards.
Yeah.
All about the vision board.
Yeah, I need to look at my vision board. Aquí lo tengo, dude. Aquí lo tengo.
Pues ahí está. You're just doing everything else.
I'm just doing everything
I think we know
else, so.
big picture, right? You see big picture.
Big picture.
It's not day to
big
day,
picture.
but you see a big picture. Yeah.
Yeah, ahí está. Se están cumpliendo sueños. Slowly but surely se están cumpliendo sueños. Okay. Group chat therapy or actual therapy?
Both.
Depends on the season, I agree.
Yeah. Yo también. Depends on the season. I would say actual therapy. Right now I'm not doing actual therapy, but I would say like with our collectives and, you know, our monthly Guilt Free Squad, that's like nosotros mismos nos estamos terapiando.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Early bedtime or just one more episode?
Right now, early bedtime for me. Right now.
Yeah. Just one more episode. I've been staying up late.
Me too. Me too. Es que me pico con series. I'm watching una que se llama Accidente. It's a Mexican series. And I want to say before that I watched another Mexican series que no me acuerdo ni cuál era.
Is that the one where the jumper flies away?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I was like, no, it's intense.
I don't want to watch it because I have too many jumpers in my backyard constantly.
What's it called?
It's called Accidente. Accident? Yeah. It's 2 seasons so far. Yeah, me voy a terminar la segunda. I think that was it, actually. Yeah, that was it. I know it was a random episode, and if you're new to the Level Up Latina podcast, we have one of these at the culmination of the month every month. This was our first one for 2026. Yes, it's random. We're talking about all kinds of things, including food. I want to say there's never an episode when we don't talk about food, but you know, es como la vida. Life is a little random, so let's keep on being random while still leveling up every day. So
I'll be on my way back from Fiji the next time I see you guys. I'm 45 years old.
Oh yeah.
Happy early birthday.
Happy early birthday. Oh yeah, en 5 días es tu
Ponte la
cumpleaños.
tanga en Fiji.
Yeah,
Ponte la tanga
20
en
years
Fiji.
married and
Fiji. Que se la
45
ponga,
years
que se la
old.
ponga.
I can't wait. God bless us.
God bless us.
Thank you for being here. That is a wrap. If you want to learn more about our services, like one-on-one coaching, like the monthly Guilt Free Squad that we've been mentioning, or our collectives are more intense sessions that we've been having, and we have those about 3 times a year, so stay tuned for that. Our website is leveluplatina.com. If you want to continue the conversation or give us tips on or topics that you want to have us discuss during the podcast, our email is admin@leveluplatina.com, and our handles on Facebook and Instagram are @leveluplatina. That is a wrap, ladies. Thank you for being here. Y don't forget to level up.
Don't forget to level up.
God bless. Besos.